It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, and welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So, yesterday was the big interview at Stanford, and I gave my presentation twice. First to a bunch of marketing people, and to a bunch of doctors. Well, you don't talk to marketing people and doctors the same way. They have different goals. They think differently. It's why they chose their respective lines of work. So, I gave my presentation a little differently to both of them. Doctors, more interested in what I can do for them. Marketing, more concerned with costs and planning and strategy. So, my presentation had both, but certain aspects received more emphasis in the first presentation and others in the second. So, no problem there. One of the people that I was presenting to from marketing had a lot of questions for me the first time I met her. Yesterday, not so many. And I don't think in a bad way either. She smiled and shook her head no when we asked if she had questions, and she's like, no, I think everything's been addressed. And it wasn't in a condescending way. So, good news. Just like the razors. So, that went well. Then I visited my uncle in Palo Alto, and I dialed into a meeting at Yahoo. I got paid to go to my uncle's house, talking about all kinds of marketing things that I can't talk about because it's all confidential. But you're going to like what Yahoo's doing. Just saying. By the end of this year, you're going to be very happy you're a Yahoo user if you are. And if you're not, you're missing out, man. You're paying my salary. It's not really a salary. I'm a contractor, but still paying my paychecks. Let's see. Then Aces Up at Google. I was everywhere yesterday. I was at Google. I was at Yahoo. I was at Stanford. That was foreshadowing. I haven't mentioned that I went to Yahoo yet. Google hired Aces Up for a casino party, and I went and I dealt poker for about 20 minutes. It was a pretty light night. And then they let me push into the craft game, and I got to do a little dice. Made a couple of fox passes, but the bosses weren't upset about it, so good for them. I'm upset about it. The person had a $50 flat bet and $200 odds, and the point was either 6 or 8, so it pays $290, $240 behind and $50 on the flat bet. There's no easy way to pay $240. There's no easy way to pay $290. What you do is you pay $290, put it on the line between the blind bet, flat bet, and the odds, and say you're putting it together. And I didn't do that. I just kind of... So that was annoying. But I didn't really do anything out of order, and it was pretty easy. There were some place and field bets. I made this one gal do a come bet because I thought it was funny, and it won, so good for her. But it was a good time to be had, and I got some work in, and some other dealers got to be sent home early, so it was definitely a mutually beneficial setting. So I got out of Google, went to Yahoo, picked up my extended battery for my laptop, which is great because now I got to charge that fucker. It reminds me. Now I have an extra battery if I'm on the road for a long time, and that'll come in handy when I'm live on location in Las Vegas next weekend, during which I'll be working 6 hours. It's pretty exciting. So, hooray, I guess. Then so I went to Yahoo. I went to the wrong building. I've only been to my cube once. I don't remember where it is. Went to the wrong building. Went to the right building. Went to my cube. Got the battery. Picked it up. Got in the car. Went home. It's much easier to take light rail to get home than it is to drive. It's faster to drive, sure. But light rail, you get on, you get off, you're home. But the driving, you get in the car, you get out of the car, you're home. But you have to think about it. So at any rate, it was fun to go to Yahoo and nobody was there. I was like, oh yeah. It reminds me when I worked at Live 105 11 years ago, and I had a C card to get into the building. And one night, I was out partying, and like 11 o'clock at night, I was like, I'm going to go to the Live 105. So I let myself in and went in the prize closet. I still have a Super Nintendo, and I got that Super Nintendo because of Live 105. It was in the prize closet. It was 1998. You weren't going to be giving that shit out. By 1998, we were already on to the N64. That Super Nintendo was never going to get given away. So I said, I'm taking that. And I did. It's not why I got fired. I got fired for installing AOL onto the computers. Because in 1998, you didn't install software on work computers. I just didn't do that then. It's not like now where you can just push a button and so what. It was a different time. I think it was Windows 95. It wasn't Windows 3.1. It had to be Windows 95. So there you go. Until the time we have today, visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email Joel at joelshitshow.com.